This is 8 News Now at 6.
A pool frozen solid so a man could stand on it. It happened this weekend as temperatures dropped below freezing for a few days. And you can see some places in the valley were colder than others. Now, we warn you, you shouldn't try this at home.
So it can be dangerous, but it can also be bad for your pool. Brian Brennan has that story.
Pools have frozen in Las Vegas before.
The filters broke, plumbing broke, so you're talking thousands of dollars.
Priority Pools owner Ron Rudy went to 70 homes before last week's hard freeze to make sure the pool pumps were running. He says even a thin layer of ice could damage the tile and plaster, but Scott Koss is not one of his customers.
I did last year, and I had no problem with it.
Okay.
So I don't have any issues with it. I don't lose any sleep over it.
Scott's pool sits on the north side of his home in the Southern Highlands covered in shade. He set his pool pump to run slow so the surface would be smooth and let nature take its course. Scott even ventured out to show it was frozen over enough to hold his weight. Scott started to notice a thin layer of ice forming last weekend, and even today there's still ice 1.5 inches thick. But neither one of us wanted to take the risk today. Walking on thin ice can come at a greater cost than pool damage.
My child goes out and sees ice on a pool and they think it's like an ice skating rink, even if it's just a film across the top. They could fall into that water and it could stop their breathing, and they could go into hypothermia, and it would be a medical emergency.
Ron Rudy says it's simple. Make sure your pump is running when temperatures drop below freezing.
As long as water is running through, it won't freeze.
Brian Brennan, 8 News Now.
Scott says he was trying to prove a point to friends in California by turning down the pump and letting his pool freeze over. But it really does get cold in Las Vegas sometimes. Well, we found that out last week, didn't we?
I want to take his word for it, I guess.
Yeah, right. Just, we don't recommend that.
We need to worry about that now, though, because it's warming up, right?
Yeah, in fact, temperatures this